Focus, there's a massive uproar over PIB's new guidelines for journalists that threatens to cancel accreditation if they act against the national security. Now, as per the PTI reports, now the Editors Guild has raised objections saying that the guidelines are in fact vague, arbitrary and draconian and have been included with an intent to restrict any critical and investigative reporting of the government affairs. Now, as per the new guidelines, journalists may lose their accreditation if they act in a manner prejudicial to the sovereignty and integrity of India. The Editors Guild has demanded a rollback of these rules now. So draconian, arbitrary and vague is what the Editors Guild has in fact said that these fresh guidelines as far as the PIB accreditation is concerned are, and they want a rollback. Now, they have been very, very critical, in fact, and they have also said that this is in order to restrict any kind of critical reporting against the government. So these are very, very serious charges. Editors Guild, of course, is up in arms when it comes to these new accreditation guidelines, and they want a rollback as far as this is concerned. My colleague Ayushman joins me on the broadcast. Yes, Ayushman, I was mentioning about the fact that Editors Guild has called these guidelines vague, arbitrary and draconian. So what are these changes that we are looking at, and how were they placed earlier?
Well, the government had already delayed the PIB guidelines for the accreditation of the journalists for about 2 to 3 months. But when it came out, the regulations clearly said that if the criticality would be to the extent that it would be not in the interest of the nation, that is the point where the government reserves the right to actually terminate the PIB holding of that particular person. This is something which has not gone down well with the Editors Guild, and they clearly said that they're deeply concerned about the new guidelines, new released central media accreditation guidelines by PIB, which also says that reporting from the headquarters of the government is important, but at the same time, it is noted that new guidelines contain the accreditation can be revoked if some of the provisions which have been mentioned by the government, the Editor Guild has called it arbitrary, and without any due process of law, the government can take action. So this is something which has not gone down well with the Editors Guild, and they have written to government. Now, the government has made it clear that if there are slanderous comments and the reporting is seem to be biased and it is not in the interest of nation, then the government will be intervening. But this is something which Editors Guild has taken a complete exception to this. Will the government act or not? That remains to be seen, because this is something which Editor Guild maintain that is directly somewhere attacking the independence of reporting of a reporter.
Right, Ayushman, thank you so much for joining me with all those details there.